Oh God, here we have another e-commerce YouTuber talking about the harsh, dirty reality of e-commerce. Well, I know you guys are sick of these videos, but I feel like I have a very unique perspective to add to this discussion. Oh, he's gonna say dropshipping is dead, and in order to see success, you have to do a brand. Nope. Oh, he's just going to say that dropshipping is much harder than it used to be. Nope. He's just going to say that other business models are better than dropshipping and you should consider doing something else. Nope. Dropshipping is far from dead, and it's not harder than it used to be. It's just different now, arguably better. And there are, of course, other great business models for beginners, but e-commerce is one of the very few that actually allow you to scale from $0 to over $1 billion. And if you don't believe this, you can start with $0 by doing organic marketing, and you can scale to $1 billion by doing a brand like Fashion Nova did. So if it's not any of those things, then what is it? Well, I truly believe that your perspectives of this business are completely screwed by glorification and Instagram pictures of being a business owner and what it's actually like. Now, stick with me because I actually have a really inspiring story to back all of this up and serve as an example on what can actually happen when you do stick through the hard times. So allow me to balance the playing field. While you're seeing all these great, amazing screenshots and you're seeing all these people driving Lambos and Ferraris and living in nice houses and traveling, let me balance it out a little bit by telling you that dropshipping is a real business, which doesn't mean that it's not like a get-rich-quick scheme, it's whatever. It truly means that in order to see success in dropshipping, you actually have to go through a lot of bullshit, you have to go through a lot of failures, testing. It's no different than any other business out there, and I feel like a lot of people need to hear this because they think that dropshipping is some special, unique opportunity that is different than other opportunities out there in the way that it's easier or it's simpler or any of those things out there, and it makes it out to be this thing that's too good to be true. And I can promise you that it is not too good to be true. It's actually not all that good at all. Like if you're in the seat of somebody who does e-commerce full time and actually makes a living doing it, it's quite boring. You see a lot more failures than you do see successes. It's very balanced in the way of, what you put in versus what you get out. And we'll elaborate more on this in this video. But of course it's hard. And I'm sure that you're watching this video expecting it to be hard and you're expecting it to not be easy. But what does that actually mean? And what are a few ways that you can actually accelerate your success so that you maybe don't have to go through as much bullshit as, say, someone trying to figure it out 100% on their own or without any guidance? Well, what it actually means is you're probably going to fail. You're probably going to fail a lot more than you expect to, which means that you're going to have hopes and you're going to have faith in a system. You're going to have, expectations that are not going to be met. You're going to have disappointments. Like these types of things are literally a daily occurrence for anybody as a business owner in general, not only just with e-commerce, but especially with e-commerce, because e-commerce is just a game of testing products, testing strategies, and a lot of times those tests don't really work out. There is, of course, one thing that you can do to accelerate your success. One of my students is currently doing over $10,000 per day in revenue right now, and a lot of people will look at that and think that that is crazy. And that type of thing is exactly what makes dropshipping out to be the type of business model where people think it's too good to be true, or people think it's like this fairyland thing that it's not. But until you actually look into the details and realize that my students that's doing 10K a day right now tested over 100 products to find his current winning product that he was able to scale. Yes, that's 100 product tests, 100 disappointments, 100 times where he thought that he finally had a winning product and then it ended up failing and not performing the way that he thought it would. 100 stores, 100 ads. That's a lot. Most people that I see come into this space, they test 20 products and don't find a winner and are very, very disappointed and get super discouraged and automatically start looking for, other business opportunities and other things that they could be doing. And to be able to be, on your 90th product without seeing the success that you want to and just still trucking, keep on pushing, that's what dropshipping is about, and that's why I say that it is it's not too good to be true, because in the way that you have to, hustle hard and make sacrifices and make mistakes and learn and go through, the storm or go through the bullshit that comes with being a business owner, it's the same thing with e-commerce. Obviously, e-commerce is just super glorified because the payoffs at the end are super good. Like, you can make a ton of money and you actually can make a shitload of money if you stick it through, but I will tell you that most of it is very balanced. The catch with dropshipping is that it's a game of testing products and testing strategies, and it could happen very quickly for you. Like, I've seen plenty of people, within their first product test, they find a winner and make 20 grand in profit. But I've also seen situations like, like the one that I just explained, where it's like no matter what you do, you just can't see it and whatever, and you have to be able to push past that in order to be able to see success. And of course, there's a lot of learning that happens in the meantime. There's a lot of things that you can do, like, hiring mentors, courses, networking, with other people in the space, seeing if you're doing anything incorrectly or what you can do to improve. But at the end of the day, there's no difference between, the guy that saw it quicker and the guy that saw it later on in life, other than the fact that his test just performed sooner. There's no direct way to know if something is going to work 100% of the time before you test it. And that's one of the biggest killers of people in this space, is they're always searching for that one strategy that's just going to work 100% of the time. Every product they find is going to be a winner, or every product they test is going to make sales. And that one strategy just doesn't exist. It's 100% a game of testing. And even the top players and the top dogs in this game test. They don't know what's going to work. They don't know what's going to happen. They have an idea. They put it out there. They see how it performs. And if it doesn't perform, then fuck it. They move on. If it does perform, then great. They focus on maximizing and scaling that up. So the question is, are you coming into e-commerce with the hopes that you're just going to twiddle your thumbs for like the next few months and then all of a sudden be making 10K a month? Or are you coming into it with the mindset of like, okay, I have to figure this out. It doesn't matter if it takes 3 months or 3 weeks or 3 years. It doesn't matter because the payoff is so great that you're willing to go through all the bullshit that is required, no matter how much bullshit it is, because we don't know. You could see success very fast. It could take a while. You have to be committed to be able to see it through either way, because it's something that you look at and you say, I'm going to do this. And you don't look at it and you say, I might figure this out, or I hope this works out. That is not the correct mindset to have. You need to look it dead in its eyes and say, I'm going to figure you out. No matter how much shit you give me, no matter how much shit you put me through, I'm going to get it. And also, to expand on the subject of like buying courses and mentorships and networking, the best teacher is experience. Like I said, there's no one strategy out there that's going to give you all the keys that you need to make a certain amount of money. All you need to do is get better from these courses, mentorships, networking, like however you're learning, take that information and actually go out and implement it and make your own conclusions, make your own lessons, right? Because if you're just watching the courses and barely taking action, you're not going to see really any success at all. And honestly, you're not really going to learn anything. Like, you might have the notes from the course, you might have the notes from the mentorship, but if you're not actually seeing what really truly happens, you're not actually learning what really truly happens. So the people that see the success the fastest are people that are able to absorb information and get better very fast, but then also put it into action so that they can actually learn through experience. And sadly, there's no course out there that can teach you raw experience. There's no course, there's no mentorship that can teach you what you're going to learn by actually going out there and testing products or testing strategies. And I think that pisses people off. But honestly, what do you expect? You're just going to be learning all the information and then never integrating it. You need to actually do both if you want to have the highest chance to win. So I guess the hard truth of dropshipping, which is one that none of us want to hear, because we all want to believe that what we're doing is the easiest path to get rich and it's the quickest path to get rich. I know that that's what you want to hear, but the sad thing is like anything out there, it's balanced. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be just as great as it does suck. So those people that also see success very, very fast, they also make a lot of big mistakes early on that end up costing them a lot of money because they didn't build the foundations by doing the upfront work. So it's always balanced out. But it is a get-rich business. It's not a get-rich-quick business, but it is a get-rich business, which is why I'm sitting here telling you that it is worth it if you do push through all those things. Like, go ask one of my students that's doing 10K a day right now if testing those 100 products were worth it. It's literally straight out of a textbook. His 101st product that he tested was the one that he's doing 10K a day with. It's absolutely insane, and we are also going to be documenting that in my Discord as well, what he did to grow the store and whatnot. But it's crazy to think that if he quit at 100 products, like let's just say that he went into it with the mindset of like, okay, I'm going to test 100 products, and if I don't see success within there, I'm going to stop, which seems like a reasonable thing for most people to say, like I'm going to give it 100 tests and see what happens. It was this dude's 101st product test that ended up slapping, and now he's making a ton of money off of it. How does that make you feel? It's always around the corner, and you're always chasing it, but you need to be willing to commit to it until it actually works. So what's the best way that you should come into e-commerce? Well, look it dead in the eyes and tell it that you're going to figure it out no matter how much shit it decides to put you through. You're going to stick with it. You're going to figure it out. And earlier I said that your success will be balanced. I have something that I want to say about that. A lot of people say, wow, you're 21 years old making 10K a day. That's crazy. That's stupid. Like, how did you do that? But it's actually not crazy, and it's actually not unbelievable. What would be crazy is if he went through what he went through, all those disappointments, testing those 100 product tests, and he wasn't making 10K a day right now. That would be crazy. If he went through what he went through and he wasn't doing it, that would be crazy to me. And that's how I always like to think about it. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. This is Noah Brewer, and I'm out. Peace.